Welcome back to the Tigers In podcast, guys. Before we get started, you know what we got to do. Smash that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're brand new, and don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad, and hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Twitter, IG, and Facebook at Big C Got Game. Well, our Tigers moved to 7-0 after another dominating performance, this time over the Penn State Nittany Lions. 61-14 was your final. The G-Men's defense pitched a shutout after the first quarter. They gave up 14 points in the first quarter and none after that. What a dominating performance by Grambling State. Taking a look at the stats for this week, Chris King finished 29 of 35 for 445 yards, 5 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. Great bounce back game for Chris. Last week was terrible with all the interceptions, but this week he was carving up that Penn State defense. On the ground, kind of a quiet day for Pierre Jackson. 22 carries for 150 yards, 1 touchdown. Kevin Easley chips in with 11 rushes for 49 yards in the score. Crazy to say that 150 yards and a touchdown is quiet. This freshman has been putting up some impressive numbers this season, and hopefully we can keep him healthy moving forward. You know, if Chris King had a big day, that means our wide receivers had a big day. 3 wideouts go over 100 yards. Starting things off with Bobby Smith, 9 catches for 143 yards and 2 scores. Antonio Walker, 8 grabs for 144 yards and a touchdown. And the big tight end, the freshman, Tim Clark, 7 catches for 109 yards and a score. Each one of these guys caught a deep ball and took it to the crib. And shout out to Jordan Paxton. He had 3 catches for 20 yards and a score. On defense, I was so impressed with the G-men. Clemens led the way with 7 tackles. Stovall had an interception. Rayshawn Baker, 5 tackles. Brandon Ginn, 4 tackles and a sack, and you can give him the safety as well. Shout out to J-Dub. He had an interception on the day. All in all, a great performance by the G-Men's defense. All around, the guys flew to the ball, kept the Penn State offense contained, and helped us move to 7-0. But we cannot forget about the Roadrunner. Eric Rogers does it again. He took a kickoff back 108 yards to the house. This kid is something special, man. When he touches the ball, it's the most exciting moment in football. So we dig deeper into the stats, and Grambling State, like I said, just dominated. Almost 700 yards of total offense, 222 yards on the ground compared to 77 for Penn State, 445 yards through the air compared to 285. The G-Men held Penn State to 4 of 11 on third down and 0 for 2 on fourth. Both teams had 2 turnovers, and look at the time of the possessions. Grambling State held the ball 5 more minutes. In all, 823 total yards for Grambling State this week. So we take a look at the first round of BCS standings, and Grambling State is sitting at number 1, followed by Louisiana Lafayette. Oklahoma is in at 3. The Ohio State is in at 4. USC is in at 5. Miami of Ohio, shocker, they're in at 6. Utah in at 7. Wisconsin is 8th. Texas, who we beat already, 5-2, they're in at 9. And Navy rounds out your top 10. So it's time to hit the recruiting trail, and we will have 2 prospects on campus this week. DN Daniel Sapp and corner Joe Bell. Taking a look at Daniel Sapp, he's the number 5 ranked defensive end in the country. He's 6'6", 272, great size. He loves Grambling State so far, and we love him right back. Great power move, great finesse moves. He could get off of blocks. He's got strong hit power, could get after the quarterback. Only concern, he's not that fast. Honestly, he could be moved into the D tackle position with his size and these traits. And then there's Joe Bell, 6'2", 179 from Tyler, Texas. He's a number 11 athlete in the country, and he is a cornerback. This kid is fast, 93 speed, great coverage ability. Man coverage is at 86. Zone coverage is at 81. Strong press coverage with an 80. He's got great play rec. He can go get the ball, 76 catching. He can also run a route, 78 route running. This kid will be a great addition, especially since we're losing Rayshawn Baker this year. We're looking to fill that quarterback position and add more depth in the secondary. So we did get a commit this week. This is Adam McDonald, the 6'5", 201-pound quarterback from Salinas, California. He was a number 10 quarterback in this class, and he reminds me a lot of Chris King. Strong arm with an 89 throw power. Not that mobile, but if he needs to get out the pocket, he can, and he's accurate, 83 accuracy. He will be sitting behind our 2 quarterbacks that we have now. So that's going to do it for recruiting this week. Make sure you guys are following your boy on Twitter, IG, and Facebook at Big C Got Game. I've been doing a terrible job of keeping you guys updated over there, but I promise I will get back to it. So this week, the Florida Gators are coming to the hole. Florida is coming in 4-2 on the season and are coming off a loss to LSU, and they got blown out. 42-13 was that final. But they do have some solid wins. They beat Oklahoma. They beat Kentucky. They beat Tennessee and Arkansas. All their wins this season have been on the road. Normally, the Gators are led by Jeffrey Robinson, their senior quarterback. He's thrown for 863 yards and 8 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. But he is hurt this week. So that means we will see backup Thomas Clifford. He's a 6'3", 207-pound redshirt freshman quarterback from Florida. He's thrown for 106 yards and 2 interceptions, but he is a scrambling quarterback. He's got 80 speed, 78 acceleration, 77 agility. Throw power is okay at 82, but he's not that accurate. So we got to make sure we keep a spy on this guy because I guarantee you he is a run-first quarterback. In the backfield, the big fella. Ricky Woods, 6'2", 244 from Florida. He's a power back. He's carried the ball 100 times for 623 yards, 6 touchdowns. His backup is Scott Gold, another power back, 374 yards on the ground this year. Obviously, this team is going to be looking to run, so we got to make sure we stack the box and get after these guys and make sure we wrap up and bring them down to the ground. Out wide, Will Arrington leads the way with 24 grabs for 273 and 2 touchdowns. Then you have Shannon Taylor. He's 6 foot, 14 grabs, 193 and a touch. And Derek Richards, he's 6'1", 220. He's got 12 catches for 160 yards and 3 touchdowns. Reggie Johnson's another solid wideout for him. He's 6'1", 203. He's got 11 grabs for 203 and 2 scores. So these 4 receivers are pretty dangerous. Our secondary is going to have their hands full this week. On defense, the captain, TJ Phillips, leads the way with 36 tackles on the year. Aaron Fenner, middle linebacker, he's second on the team with 30 tackles. He's a big boy, 6'5", 238. Connor Allen leads the team in sacks with 4. Shout out to Luke White, defensive end. He's got 3 sacks on the season. So does left outside linebacker Andy Baker. And then there's middle linebacker Aaron Fenner with 2. And in the secondary, Blair Jacobs leads the way with 2 interceptions. And Todd Alston and Justin Nicholson both have 1. So we dig a little deeper into this Gators roster. Starting off with their offensive line, they have a freshman starting at left tackle. Solid at left guard with Melvin Robinson. Up the middle with Damon Booker, the junior center. He's a solid center. Right guard Marcus Haynes is solid. And right tackle Brian Simon, he's a junior, but he's not that good. So look for our defensive ends this week to eat. On the D-line, Connor Allen leads the team in sacks. Then you have James Lane. He is a monster at right end, 6'5", 262, 94 overall. Up the middle, Joe Tucker is a big boy, 6'3", 299. He is a hole plugger. And his backup is Darrell Taylor. He's 6'1", 282. It looks like the Gators are stacked at linebacker. You have Rich Bell and Andy Baker on the outside. Up the middle, Aaron Fenner and Charles Fox. Then on the right side, TJ Phillips. So they are deep at linebacker. We have to make sure we keep our eye on Phillips and Fenner. They are their playmakers. In the secondary, the Gators are deep. Blair Jacobs leads the cornerback room. He's 6'2", 177. He leads the team in interceptions. Then you have B.J. Holt. He's a sophomore, 6'2", 176. Justin Moore is the senior. He's 6'1", 189. Then Corey Andrews, a sophomore, big boy, 6'3", 194. And then you have the senior Todd Austin, 5'11", 183. So they have 5 corners deep, great speed for all of them, decent awareness, and some solid coverage ability. In the back of the secondary, Emmanuel Anderson is the free safety. He's 6'1", 206. He's the hard hitter. He's not even that good, man. Low speed, 84 overall. Tackling ability is okay. Man, his zone coverage needs some work, and his play rec needs some work. We might be able to take advantage of this guy with our speed. But one guy we do have to keep an eye on is Justin Nicholson. He's the star of this team, 6'3", 206. Look at the tackling ability. Look at the zone coverage, the play rec, the speed. man, the hit power. We have to be aware of number 46, where he's at on the field at all times. So I wanted to look at one more thing before we got out of here. Our Grambling State Tigers are on a historic run right now. So far through this year, we've already started 7-0. So you plus 14 last year, plus another perfect season the year before that. And then we won 13 games straight in 2016. That puts us at a 48-game win streak, guys. The record for the NCAA is 55 games. We could surpass that this year. My, how we have come such a long way since that 8-4 season in season 1. And it looks like Herbie is rolling with Grambling State to make it 49 in a row. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you're brand new. Don't forget to ring that bell. Join the Noti Squad. And hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Twitter, IG, and Facebook at Big C Gat Game. And we will talk from the hole when the number 12 ranked Florida Gators come to town. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.